Yo, I'm gonna get myself together here in 2 seconds. Thank y'all for tuning in to our hangover episode. If y'all can see, I ain't got no makeup on. My hair is up. I'm exhausted. I am pooped. I am exhausted. I am tired. You know what? I am feeling my age today. I don't know. I just feel my age because Lord help the children. I cannot. Oh, I'm gonna need a few moments today because Lord, I need a few moments to get myself together. I'm gonna need the whole damn show to get myself together because it's just been. And you know the messed up thing? It's been a weekend, few weekend. Like it was like Saturday to last night, right? And 4th of July, I have a love hate relationship with it. Um, because what do you call it? Like, we celebrate. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into all of that, July 4th business. But it's like, waving the American flag. And I'm not anti-American, but there's just a lot of things that America has done that I just don't agree with. Tripping at work, so need a sip. Adios. You're right. So I'm drinking Trulies today. Thanks to my girl Stephanie who left them here in my fridge. Um, because I look, I have Tito's, and I said, look, Mr. Tito's, we're gonna have to take a break today because I got a pain in my back. Now I'm starting to think like, is it my back that hurt or is it my liver that's saying like, bitch, quit drinking, motherfucker, you too old for that shit. What side is your liver on? Need any gummy bears? You know what? So Amanda, um, so we went to this concert in the park series that Elk Grove out here does. They do like every Tuesday, I would say, in Elk Grove. They have concerts, right? And I don't typically. I've been living out here for 18 years. And I think I've gone to, other than last night, I think I've only gone to like one, possibly two. And that was because like one of my homegirls who doesn't live in Elk Grove was like, let's go. So me being the person that I am, a supportive friend, I said, all right, fuck it, let's go. I so we'll talk about that part, July 4th, real quick. So it's like they have a stage. They had Casey and the Sunshine Band. Okay, we went old school. And then they had like tents for like food. They had porter potties, but they were clean, but still it's the porter potty. So and they had like there's just this open field for people to come and put your chairs out, your blankets out, and just come and enjoy. You can bring your own beverages, your own food. I mean, some people had like little tables set up. Some people, like we just bring our bags of shit with us, coolers. Like, there's no like you can't bring alcohol. Like, you can bring your own alcohol. And they do this every Tuesday, so there'll be like another concert next Tuesday, and then the Tuesday after that, and whatever. So I didn't want to go, but the group of people that I do hang out here in Elk Grove wanted to go. So I was like, so I had to put my big girl pennies on and show face because all these same people support me in all of my crazy endeavors and shit like that. So I was like, all right, let me go out here and watch the little Casey and the Sunshine Band and do white people shit because that's what I feel like is white people shit. Now, not saying that going to an open field and listening to music is white people shit because they do it on the South Side, but it's like a different kind of genre of music. Um, but there's a lot of white people. I mean, it's cool. It was a cool time. We ain't had to worry about no fighting. We had to worry about no gunshots. We had to worry about none of that shit. The kids were playing on a little park. It was hot though, right? So these are things that why I don't like shit like this. It's because like this, unless you come out there super fucking early, parking is gonna be a pain in the ass. So you're gonna have to find other parking. And I mean, and they use the high school parking lot. We have a little waterfall, not water park. So they use that parking lot. There's this church that's on the corner that have a huge parking lot. I mean, the whole thing. It was just so many fucking people last night. I'm second on top away from parking. Now you gotta lug all this shit, right? Whether you have a cabin, a wagon, or a cooler, you still gotta lug all this shit with you. And then, which I didn't have, right? I had my little cooler bag. Cause then you had to walk like fucking 5 blocks. Well, I parked. Luckily, I didn't park too far, but still. And then I got a bad back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, ugh. You know when you just don't want to go somewhere, every fucking thing bothers you. That was me yesterday. So I showed up. They were all there drinking, chilling, listening to some, music, whatever. I got there right before the band got on. But it was like, look, I was walking down, so they make little aisles of where you can park at, right? With these cones. I mean, where you can sit your seat, where you can park your behind that. And so they make these little aisles so you can get around. It's not just a massive of people, right? They make these little aisles. So I'm walking down the aisle because I see where everybody was meeting up in the section. And I heard, Jessica, Jessica. Do you understand? Because I was in the crabby mood. So do you understand that I acted like I didn't hear nobody. So whoever was yelling my name out last night, I'm so sorry. I just didn't have the energy to people yesterday. Like sometimes it's too people-y. I didn't want to people yesterday. So I was just like, man, let me just get to where I gotta go. My girlfriend had an extra chair for me, so luckily I didn't have a log of chair around. And I was like, let me just get to my chair. Let me just sit down. Let me just have a moment to like collect myself and collect a drink in my hand. Um, and I was just like, let me just. So I didn't want to look yesterday. I just focused, and so whoever called out my name, I'm sorry. But isn't it, because then I would have had to turn around. Then I would have had to say hello. Then I would have had to been like, probably give you a hug. Then we would have talked for a little moment. And then I would probably hear some shit that he didn't want to hear. And then I would have been like, oh, hi, hi, hi. And then I would have just like kept it going. That's me being mean. I was being mean. I was being mean yesterday. I was being a little crabby yesterday. Um, and I'm normally like not like that, but it was like hot. I mean, when I tell you I was dripping sweat, like I sweated more yesterday walking to this place to sit than when I go to the fucking gym. And again, when you don't feel like peopling, I didn't feel like peopling yesterday. I wanted to just like lay in my bed in the AC and watch this new series that I'm watching. It's not even new. I'm watching what's that show called Suits? So I'm watching that. So I just didn't want to go out. I've been going out every day since Saturday. So yesterday I kind of didn't want to go out. I just wanted to just stay at home, but I did it because I love my people here in Elk Grove that kick it with me. So I did it for y'all. Do you understand that shit? I did it for y'all. Yeah, because I sat in the only people I talked to is the people that came up to me while I sat in the chair. Or if they were on my way like to the bathroom, that's the only other time that you see me say hello to people. Like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? I did not stop to have a full conversation. I said, hey, and kept walking. That was it. But that was as far as my peopling went yesterday. But I will say the band sounded great. They people got up and was dancing. If I was in better spirits, I probably would have did a little bit more stuff. But it's okay. And then they had a fireworks display afterwards. It says, and here I was thinking, just loves KC and the Sunshine Band. We're going next Tuesday. I watch Suits too. Yes. No, I will not be there next Tuesday. No. Unless it's like Wu Tang or Nas or some hip hop artists or whatever. Y'all got me out here listening to like old rock bands or I don't even know what kind of genre of music, disco. I don't know. I won't be there next Tuesday. Sorry. I Unless y'all pay me. I take payments. Cash app. No, I don't like that's I don't I just don't. That's part of like why like I wanted to go to Ravinia a few times this year. So Ravinia is basically the same. It's the same thing like they do in Ravinia is the same thing they do out here in Elk Grove. And I mean they got different places. Rosemont has some. I know Bensonville. I'm like all these suburbs out here have different music, right? Different days of the week. You can find one on a Monday. You can find one on a Tuesday. You can find one on a Wednesday. I don't care about none of that shit. Unless it's like, I know. I was about to say maybe it's somebody I like. I don't even know if I want to do that. If it was somebody I even wanted to go see, it's just a lot of work. Says Joyce, your her face when the first started was amazing. The that was my face. And then I had to drink more because I was like, all right, come on, let's let's do some white girl shit. I did not get white girl wasted. Lou says we are going to Ravinia when Los Tigres del Norte come. I will go to that. I don't listen to that music, but I know how my Mexican people drink, so I will go to that. You know what people were drinking yesterday? Bush and Miller Lite in the brown can. And I don't know, some other shit. But my girl Amanda did have some really great gummies that she soaked in vodka and rum. That was actually very tasty. Um, but I don't know. I will go to Tigres because I actually do listen to some of their music. Um, if the tickets are cheap, I'll go. I'm not paying $60 for people I don't even care to see. And you never know, I might find me a little Mexican boyfriend if my situation at the current moment doesn't work out. But yeah, so that was the July 4th festivities. And the rest of my weekend was pretty chill though. Like everybody like all my cousins was like, ooh, what do you got planned for the weekend? Ew. And I'm like, ain't no ooh. I don't got shit. I had literally if you would have asked me Friday night what I had planned for the weekend, I was like, nothing. I was like, I have absolutely nothing planned other than I came to work at the salon on Saturday. Other than that, I had absolutely nothing on my agenda. Nothing. No barbecue plan, no nothing, whatever. I mean, I did ended up going to my girlfriend's little, she had a gathering at her house on Saturday. And then I linked up with one of my little friend on Sunday. And then Monday went by my brother's for a little food. And then Tuesday we did the 4th of July shit. And that was it. It seems like a lot. I felt like I did a lot though. I just be wanting, like, I need a day. Like, I didn't even want to go to work today. I was so tired that I did not even want to go to work today. These ladies better love me that I did their hair today because I show. If I had another job where I could have called in sick or some shit, like I probably would have called in because I did not. Like I got up this morning, like, oh. You ever had that moment where you just sit at the edge of your bed and you're just like, what the fuck am I doing? But yeah, and then like so I actually had a weekend. So part of my thought process is just be all over the place, right? So like this weekend, I was talking to like a few of my girlfriends and just catching up and stuff like that. And some are in relationships, some are dating, and then we start exchanging dating stories and shit, you know what I'm saying? And so it was almost like I had a weekend of like just moments, you know what I mean? Like why do guys do that shit? Or what the fuck is wrong with them? Or why I don't understand like why like like for instance, like I remember having a conversation with one of my girlfriends, and it's like the guy will sit here, and it's happened to me before, so it's not like I don't speak out of. So now we're getting into July 1st shit is out. It's that's over. Woo! Happy 4th of July. Do your rest of your little fireworks, whatever. Luckily, nothing caught on fire out here. Like I've been seeing on the news all day about shit that's been happening in Chicago. So, so I'm gonna say this really quick before I get into the relationship stuff. So my son was out with his friends yesterday, blowing up fireworks. And I know they illegal, whatever, but they blowing up fireworks. I'm not gonna yell at him for doing that shit because I know what I was doing at his age. Just don't get caught. I don't want a phone call. I just told them I don't want a phone call from the police. So, get ready to run if the police come. But say great parenting advice 101. Um, so so I've been seeing like these videos on TikTok or Reels or whatever, and it's just like, and it's mostly men because men, like, I don't know, like I find some men to be highly intelligent, and then they get around fireworks and then they turn so stupid. Like, why? Why would you want to put a bottle rocket in your ass crack and think that's fucking funny? Like, you don't know there's flames that come out of the bottom of the bottle rocket to like take off, so you don't think that was gonna burn your ass? Like, why would you want to sit on a bucket and put an M80 under there? Like, why? Why do why do why do men turn stupid when they get around fireworks? Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Not all men, but some men. Hi, Martha. How are you doing? Oh, but yeah. So okay. So now let me get back to my Just Ask Just segment. That's what I'm gonna call my Just Ask Just segment. So I've had this has happened to me before, and I almost want to call the guys back to be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" But I don't. But it was like, it's like you'll be talking to a gentleman. Not even gonna call him a gentleman because he's stupid. We're gonna go this dude, right? We're just gonna call him the dude. And then me and my girlfriend were talking about it, and it's just like you're having, maybe you met off a dating app, right? Most of the time, that's what it is now, right? And then you're talking to this person. You're talking to this person like every day. There's communication every day. Men, for the majority of women, they love communication every day. Maybe you don't have to do good morning texts, but hey, how's your day going? Hey, how did your day go? What do you have planned for your dinner? Some fucking just reach out to the woman and say something, right? So, anyways, so I've been in these situations. My girlfriend was telling me that she like was talking to this dude, and they had something potentially set up, right? And you talk in the morning, you talk in the evening, you're texting all day for days up until the time you're about to meet. And then silence. Not a hey, how's you doing? Maybe you don't know how to. I understand. Like, I always try to put myself on the other side, on the other end of that conversation, right? So like maybe the guy doesn't know how to bring up like, hey, are we still gonna hang out today? Or hey, like I still want to see you today. Well, how about y'all just say, hey, are we still gonna hang out today? Like, it's just that simple. Or even if you say hello. So I don't understand from a guy's perspective. I don't know if there's any men on here that are single or dating or whatever. Or even if you're married, like you had dated previously, like explain why dudes do this shit. Like, and I understand maybe an emergency came up. Maybe something happened. Maybe you had to fly somewhere else for work in an emergency. Maybe something happened in your family. Like, there are so many things that could have happened. I get that. But to not even have the courtesy to call or text the next day or the day after or one of these days to be like, yo, my bad. Something came up. Like, you don't even have to give me the fucking details. I would like the details, but you didn't have to give me the details just to be like, yo, sorry, I missed our date, or sorry, whatever. Because that also boils down to, oh, when a guy like says they want to like see, let's say what's the day? Today is Wednesday, right? So let's say I'm talking to a dude and he was just like, yo, you doing anything Friday? And I say, no, man, I'm open. I don't get out of work till, I don't know, whatever, 5 o'clock, right? And then Friday comes, right? And you text, hey, what's up? Blah, 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 up until Friday. And then Friday comes and you don't hear, you just hear, hey, what's up? And you're like, hey, what's going on? You have a good day? I'm having a good day. Da, 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 da. Oh, yeah. What did you have for lunch? Da, da, da. Whatever the fuck conversation it is. I don't know. And then it's like 5 o'clock, and then it's like 6 o'clock, and then it gets down to like 10 o'clock, and it's like, so what's up? You should have said that shit at 2 o'clock. What's up? Like what? Like, do you not remember that you possibly might have set up something on that Friday to be like, yo, but dating fucking sucks right now. Until you find a person that kind of matches your crazy. I swear I don't like the word hey, but yes, say something. That's what I'm saying. But like, what I hate that part. But you know what part I hate even more is that, like, let's say you connect with somebody. Preach. I tell you, look, I see it all the time. So like, let's say I'm just getting to the point where, like, um so you get to a certain age, right? I would say. And then you're just like, yo, um, just tell a person what you're thinking. Like, why does it, hold on. I just noticed something. Bam! They look better. They look less tired. Oh my God, I feel like my eyes are just so, I didn't put no makeup on. But anyways, we got a little color. I don't look so dark now. Let there be lights. But anyways, um, so when you're in like this talking stage, right? And you're like, does he like me? Do I like him? Do I woo woo woo? And it's just like, I want to say, ladies, yo, chill, chill. And I think we get in our own heads sometimes. Like, oh, he didn't text me today. Because I know I've thought that shit before. Like, you make the crazy face. I call it the crazy, make the crazy face. And then it's just like, and then you know what? Because you know what the fucked up part is, that he's probably on the other end thinking the same shit, or maybe not. I think us as women, we tend to overthink like simple shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, but then I just come to the point where I don't even wait no more. I don't guess. I look. Am I seeing you today? Sometimes you just have to be that forward, or that bold, or whatever. Because you know what? At the end of the day, like, especially if you're dating in your 40s, I don't got time to be playing no cat and mouse game. I don't got that time. I hate that shit. Um, it's like a guessing game. Like, no, like, and because I've heard this from men before, that when a man is interested in that woman, he will make the effort to let that woman know that he's thinking about her, or that he wants her to be there, or whatever. It doesn't have to be no lavish dates. It doesn't have to be all of that. But a simple text to say, hey, how's your day going? If that man doesn't let a date, like a man told me before, like, he may not be overly, communicative. But if he sends out a text throughout the day, not just your slew of good mornings, right? But if a man wants you in their life, they will make it a point to make sure that you feel that he's paying attention to you. And granted, you don't know, right? You don't know. Maybe he's giving fucking 10 other girls the same attention. But what I've learned is that fuck them 10 other girls. So it's a competition, bitch. And I know I've said this before on here. But honestly, like, because we get in our own head when we're dating, and it's not been talked about if you're exclusive, or is he dating other people. Because at the same time, he might be thinking, shit, you might be over there dating 5 other men too. Some of us may be, some of us may not be, because everybody has their own different way of dating. I've been around people who they will literally date one person at a time. I'm gonna talk to this man, and if you don't show me the attention that I need, or you don't have the qualities that I'm looking for, or whatever the case, then they move on to the next man. I know some women, that will talk to like 6 different dudes, and boy, they be shoot. Oh, let me tell you, and they be handling. I done confused everybody. I'm like, oh, so are you the one with the 4 kids? We're like, no, bitch, I ain't got no kids. I have a horrible memory, so that don't work. But for the women that can do that and keep track of all of that shit, that's, that's, I salute y'all. And there's men that do that shit too, you know. But all I say is that, like, if you know these relationships are bullshit, quit wasting your time on both ends, men and women. If there's a woman that a man is talking to and you know, like, I think if you hang out with a person at least 4 times, 3 to 4 times, at that point, you know that, like, you know what? This person ain't gonna do it for me. Or, oh, he has my interest. Or, like, I don't like that. You know, like, I've had people. I look. I've had a man tell me he don't like smokers. Really? Because I remember when you asked if I smoke and drink, I told you yes and yes. Or I had a man say he didn't like people who drank a lot. I said, "Well, salute to you, sir, because I'm not gonna stop drinking." Fuck you mean? But what boggles my mind is that even when you're this truthful with them, they still want to talk to you. Well, why do they want to still talk to you? Because they want to get in the goodies. And that brings me on to my next subject about dating. So this is a debate that I've even here at the hair salon that I even talked to with my older ladies. They're in their 70s, they're in their 80s and shit like that. And so everybody has a different theory of when you should sleep with a person. We're gonna go into that. We're gonna talk about sex. So not in detail like that. I'm just talking about, like, some people, right? I think like Steve Harvey had that shit where you should wait 90 days before you sleep with a motherfucker. There's some people that say no, you gotta do 3 dates. And then after the third date, if they still got your attention, then you sleep with a motherfucker. I don't know. Like, you guys tell me, if you guys are married, like, you remember dating your husband, right? Or your significant other, like, how long did it take y'all to fuck him? Oh, yeah. Or make love. Does that make you feel better? Whatever makes you feel okay. Like, how long did it take y'all? Like, when are you comfortable sleeping with a person? I'm just curious. Because I've gone into the thing, like, because I think people hold sex or cherish it, or I don't even know how you say it correctly, like, differently. You know, they view sex differently. Some feel like I need to have an emotional connection with you in order for me to open up my legs. Some people don't need that emotional connection and just can go fuck that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. I'm not saying that, and no, they're not a hoe. I'm just saying that everybody's different in regards to how they feel about that shit. First date, so you know what you're getting into. I agree. But it's everybody's own comfortability fact. And I will tell you, like, I don't, it doesn't have to necessarily be the first date, right? I mean, if you guys go out and have coffee, I don't expect you guys to run in the bathroom and go jump each other's, bones or whatever. Is that people still saying that? Um, but if the moment presents itself, then I don't feel like, I think it's okay for guys, right? I'm trying to take the stigma away for women to not feel okay to do it. And this is my theory. My theory can be, oh yeah, I don't know who that is. But my theory can be related differently, right? So okay. So my theory. So I feel like whether it's the first date or the second date or whatever. So some women hold sex to be like, oh, I don't want to be a hoe. I don't want to do that. Whatever the fuck. Bitch, enjoy yourself. But on top of that though, no pun intended. Like, to me, is sex important in a relationship? Of course, it's important. Because I feel you have to have that kind of chemistry or that energy, that vibe, energy transfer with somebody for you to know, like, hey, Because I'd hate to date somebody, right? And then 3 months, your 90-day whatever, and then come find out, and I know we talked about this on the show before, then to come find out that your sex is whack, or the sex between y'all is whack. It might not necessarily be that person who doesn't know how to perform. It might not necessarily be you. It just might be your energies together don't coincide. You feel me? So, hence why I don't believe in that 90-day rule. What is more important, like, again, sex here, trust here, respect here, communication is here. Like, it all matters. So what happens if you had would you be able to be in a relationship if you had communication, if you had respect, if you had that, but when you got in bed, you were like, would you be able to be in the? I couldn't. I couldn't. And then I don't. I'm not a cheater, so like, I'd have been like, you know what? We can be friends. I would not be able to be in a relationship where my sexual chemistry is not in line with that person's. Now, to build on top of that, so I feel like once you guys have sex, once you guys um share that energy, and you know that, like, oh, okay, and even it doesn't have to be mind-blowing, okay, but it's something that you can work with, because sex to me is something that you can build up, you can take away, say, I don't like that, but I like that, and then vice versa. He can tell you things that he likes, shit that he don't like, like, you can build from that. But if that chemistry is just not there, then it's not there. So what's more important to me, I'm preaching today, because you know what, bitch, I'm tired. I get like that when I get tired. But on top of that, what this is what I had to explain to one of my 80-year-old clients. And then she was finally like, you know what, Jess, that makes sense. When I had an 80-year-old tell me that shit, I said, Pam, I'm on the right track, right? So to me, let's say, okay, so I'm dating this guy, right? We have sex, great sex. Now, this is the important part. Now I'm willing to give you my time. That's more important than my pussy. I mean, not really, but you know what I'm saying, like, in the, you know what I mean, okay? But that, to me, like, if I mean, I'm not gonna say me personally, but I can sit here and have a different dude every day of the week if I wanted to. Okay, is that a song? That sounds like it's a song. Was that a song? I don't know. But anyways, if it ain't a song, it should be a song. Okay. But like, if not me, like, I mean, whatever. We're not gonna get into that. But that's not important to me. So like, if I meet a gentleman, right, and I have good chemistry, now I'm willing to, like, actually let you in to who I truly am. If I sit there and give you my time, if I sit there and want to know about you, if I sit there, I'm trying to learn about you, that's what's more important, not the sexual part, because that can be disconnected. But if I give you my time, if I'm trying to learn how to love you, if I'm trying to cook for you, if I'm trying to say, hey, like, how is your day, and really give a fuck about how your day is, that's what's important. Because all these other dudes that, like, you might have, like, boom, 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 and then, like, I don't care if did you make it home yet? Did he make it home? I don't know. Who gives a fuck? That is what's more important. I think that to me is like better than just necessarily having sex with somebody. Because you can have disconnected sex. Well, I say disconnected sex because you can have sex just to get your jollies off and boom, it's over with. But if that person is sitting here and paying attention to you and trying to spend time with you, especially like a person like me, especially now where I don't have a lot of time, like, I have time for work. I got time to do the podcast. I need to carve out time for my children. I need to carve out time to walk my dog. I need time to do a pedicure. You have to time out. And if I give you a block of my time, that means you either have to be worth it and you better appreciate that shit, or I'm gonna replace you with somebody else that might be valuable to my time. And I hold that valuable to other people's time, right? And it's not just your own focus, I would say, right? Because you know what I hate? I hate when I'm hanging out with somebody and they doing this all day. Like, fuck I'm doing here then? Now, if y'all like taking pictures of your food or like, oh, look at this funny thing I wanted to show you or whatever the case, that's different. Or like if I'm sitting there hanging out with you and you're like, oh, hold on, I got to take this call. Okay. I mean, that's fine. You got to take a call. You got to take a call. But like an hour passes, you better not be no dude. And the drink tab better not be open because I'm going to be like, keep him coming. He want to be out there talking, I'm going to bring up your motherfucking bill. Bitch. Fuck. And then as soon as you hit that table, guess what? I'm finna leave. Drunk. On your bill. That's what I'm going to do. And yes, I have done that before. I speak from experience. But that's all I wanted to say on that subject. I don't know. I mean, again, everybody, I'm not saying that my way is perfect because hello, I'm 44 and bitches are still single, okay? But after all the stuff that I talk about with girlfriends and their friends and shit that I hear at the hair salon, even shit that I've heard at the barbershop, and even like talking to dudes, you know what I'm saying? Because that's important to guys too. Again, we got to keep telling ourselves, ladies, that if a man is truly interested in you, he will make you go when a man starts making me go it's time to look for another one, because I feel like I do what I can do to make sure that you don't feel some type of way about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna show you attention. I may not be able to give you all my attention, but I'm gonna show you some attention, right? I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna try to show you without being like overly thirsty looking, right? Because I think that there's just so many like factors that play into a person's head in regards to dating. Like, well, I want to reach out, but I don't want to look thirsty. But I want them to know that I like them, but I don't want to know them. I don't like them that much. I like you a little bit. Like, there's just so many factors. And if we're thinking like this, I'm pretty sure a dude's thinking that way. Maybe not as crazy because I think we think a little bit too much, and men are just like, oh, okay. They just be like, all right. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I've heard some dudes say that, like, they like that a girl, shows attention or is a little assertive, but not masculine about it. And that whole masculine, femininity, we ain't gonna get in that today because there is another subject that I want you to talk about. I wish I had notes on it, but I don't. But I'm bringing this up because I've had gentlemen, right, come to me about being in I hope I get this wrong, and if I get it wrong, don't kill me. A polyamorous relationship. So there's polygamy, there's polyamorous, and I don't know, some other shit. So at one point I thought everybody just poly, like y'all just out here just damn. So I actually learned, right, that so a polyamorous relationship is basically when you have more than one partner, but everything's open, almost like an open relationship, right? Now, it doesn't mean that like it's a threesome or a throuple or none of that shit. It just means that like it can be like one guy can have a relationship with this girl, can have a relationship with that girl, and if you want to have a relationship with another girl, and if they all know about each other and are not fighting amongst each other, that's basically like a polyamorous relationship. Now, hey Lumar. Now, then you have polygamy, right? Where that's more like that's not everywhere. So I think that's where you can be married, like in an actual marriage, and have two wives or three wives or whatever, but that you're actually married to both of them or whatever. Like in a that's a polygamous. A polyamorous is where you can be married to one, but then like have a girlfriend, and then all of that other shit. So I laugh, and there's reason I'm bringing this up because I've had a few, even the couples. Like, you want me to be your throuple? What? Okay. No, thank you. Don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like, whatever. You want to join in a threesome and have a good time? That's cool. I could not do that in a relationship. Now, I'm not like, I don't want to say I'm against it. I'm not like, yo, whatever floats your boat, then floats your boat, right? I just couldn't do it in a relationship only because, like, I get possessive. I'm not necessarily jealous, but like, if you my man, you my man. You feel me? So if that chick looking a little too crazy, we gonna have a problem. I get possessive. But I won't get jealous. Like, if you're not doing anything or you want to go hang out with your boys or whatever the case, go for it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not jealous on that aspect. Because at the same time, like, I feel like you do something stupid, I am a good fucking woman. So if you want to run the risk, go ahead and ask my exes, okay? If you want to run the risk of losing me on that level, honey, you fucked up, okay? But we still working on shit over here. You know what I'm saying? We're still, you always got to be a work in progress. But anyway, so going back to this polygamy shit. So I've had a gentleman that was just like, yo, like, you should like come join my camp. I said, what is wrong with you, boy? No, hell no. First off, second, like, yo, if that's what he's into, and that's what you can do, okay. Now, there, I think, are pluses, right? I mean, again, you don't have to, like, some people be like, ooh, that's just like a threesome. Like, everybody's sleeping with everybody. No, sometimes it's not that way. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's that you just share the person. Like, some shit, there's some people that be sharing people already and they don't even know it. Or maybe they do and they ain't even say nothing. Whatever floats your boat. I don't know. I'm not here to judge. But I like my own. But anyways, the good aspects of being in a polygamous or polyamorous relationship, right? I feel like shit, that's three incomes in a household. You know, so on these dating apps, right? On these dating apps, I be seeing these guys and they're like profiles. And they be like, yo, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that, I'm looking for the wifey, I'm looking for. Then they got a list of shit, right? I want somebody that knows how to cook. I want somebody that, is affectionate. I want somebody that's this. I'm like, so then I get to reading they shit and I'm there like, man, I'm looking for my partner, I'm looking for my wife. I'm like, shit, bitch, I'm looking for a wife too, goddamn it. She gonna do all of that shit. I need a wife. Joking, I'm joking. But if you think about it, like, if you was in a marriage, right, and you got 4 kids, and let's say y'all did bring in an extra person, another woman. Let's just say for shits and giggles, another woman. Now you got an extra income. Now you got somebody to help you with dinner. Now you got somebody to help you with the kids. Maybe you got somebody to help you with your man. Like, damn, baby, I don't feel like, doing whatever today. Go check with old girl. Leave me alone. That would never come out of my mouth. I'm just saying. Hello. I'm already your wife. That this is true. She is my sister wife. That girl got everything. From medicine to water bottles to a band-aid. That girl is like, her whole purse is a MacGyver. That girl got everything in her purse. Screwdrivers. She probably even got a tow truck in that bitch for all I know. Goddamn it. She's one of them people. That's why she's my wife. Because I am I'm the dude in that relationship because I don't carry none of that shit. I just bring me. Me and alcohol and chocolates. That's all I bring. That's all I bring to the relationship. No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so when you think about it in those aspects, right? It's not a horrible thing. The only thing that, like, you would have to share your partner. So what I've seen it on these social medias where it'd be like one girl with two husbands. Now the husbands don't mess around, you know what I'm saying? But like, she be with Ricky today and be with Donnie tomorrow. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how that works. But they live in the household together. They share the chores together. They do all of that shit together. So when you think about it, when I break it down and think about it in that form, I'd be like, hmm, that doesn't sound bad, right? But then I think about like, it wouldn't work for me because I ain't gonna want to share my man. Especially I know he got some good. That's mine. I don't know. I'm just not in that space. But if y'all are in that space, I say, yo, do you boo? That's not for me. But I actually just watched this one show where this couple, they are in a polyamorous relationship, and they're down in like Houston, Texas, or some shit. And it was a couple. They've been married for 20 years, and then he ended up cheating with this chick. Then the wife was like watching some shit on TV, and she was just like, "Yo, that don't even sound like a bad idea." So then, what the husband was smart, boy. I give it to the husband on that one. He was a little smart, because then he was just like, "Oh, well, I have a confession." Then he confessed that he had a side chick that he's been dating for like 3 years. I'm trying to. At first I'm trying to wrap my head around like, how the hell was this? This man had to be hella slick or whatever. Like, how did you have a whole full blown relationship for 3 years and your wife didn't know? I don't understand. Cause I don't know if my man walk up in the crib at 4 o'clock in the morning and be like, "Let me smell it." I'm just joking. Not really. I'll do shit like that. But no, I wouldn't. Yes, I would. No, I wouldn't. Yes, I would. I would. Who am I lying? I would. I probably would. But again, that would probably be a guy that I wouldn't even take serious, right? Because, like, first off, why are you out till 4 o'clock in the morning? Now, if I knew why he was out till 4 in the morning and whatever, again, trust, communication, respect, then I wouldn't have to be like, "Let me smell it." But if I didn't trust you, then I probably wouldn't even be with you for long anyway. But anyways, he introduced the two women, and of course they said like, "You know what? At first we was angry, we doing this, da 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 da." But then they come to realize, like, look, the wife was just like, "Look, if you make my husband happy, and then we bring you into our household," she said the same shit. "That's an extra pair of hands to help with the children. That's an extra da da da." And then they all end up in a relationship. I said, and then the host was just like, "So, what are your sleeping? How do y'all sleep together?" And he was like in a big ass bed, and him in the middle, because the women are, what do you call that when you don't mess with each other? Platonic. They're platonic sister wives or whatever, right? So they don't mess with each other. They mess with him. But then I'm like, do you like leave the room so they can have quiet time or like sexy time? Or, like, do you stay in the bed and just like start moving around and shit? Like, I'm trying to understand, like, do you like time it out? Like, the socks on the door don't come in the room? Like, how does that work? But anyways, those are questions that I had in my head. Maybe I'm the only one. But and then they brought the children on the show. So these children are like teenagers, like junior high or high school. And then they had to explain that whole scenario. The kids were like, whatever, it's cool, and then they go through that. So, I mean, the kids didn't have a problem with it. And some people might say, like, oh, like that's going to confuse the kids and all of that shit. Like, and that brings me to the next subject, right? Um, so we had like the Pride Parade that happened in Chicago. So I go from polyamorous to gay people. Bam. No, so I mean, those are my thoughts on polyamoristic and polygamous and jolly, whatever the fucking words those are. All these damn big ass words. Dictionary words is what I call them. But no, I mean, but let's just like, so they brought the children into the situation. They were truthful with the children because they were of age, so they knew what was going on. I think the extra woman, right, the woman that came into the relationship, she was at that moment, or she was on the show. She was actually uh, pregnant, right? So she was having her baby with old boy, and they were gonna raise the baby together. So and they're just like, some people are cool with it, some people aren't cool with it, but whatever, we don't care. This is our relationship, this is our household, and we run it how we want to. I said, ooh, amen to that. But then it goes to, like, who cares? Like, if they raise this baby, right, and they see two women and a male, but they are felt with nothing but love, because then you can have a regular fucking normal relationship, whatever, where it's just a man and a woman, right? And they're together because that's we'll say the traditional relationship. And then you have the traditional relationship, but it's like it's an unhappy relationship. They're fighting all the time. It's not a house full of love. Like, where would you prefer to be raised at? In a house full of love that's unorthodox, or in a traditional household that's not loving? Same thing with a single mom. Like, I don't know, a single mother, you feel me? But guess what? My children feel loved versus if I had your traditional relationship. And I'm not saying being in a traditional relationship is bad by any means. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my partner. I'm looking for somebody I can be like, oh, baby, you stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking for that. But again, I'm not saying the traditional relationship is not a good thing. It's a great thing. I just feel like whatever relationship you feel like you want to be in, whether it's triples, quadruples, singles, whatever the fuck, as long as it's filled with love and happiness and respect and trust, who gives a fuck? Because then that also brings me back to, like, like, people have a lot of opinions when children are being raised by same-sex people, couples, whatever. Whether it's two men or two women, like, who cares? So you're going to sit there and tell me that this little boy is going to think he's gay because he has two mothers or two fathers or whatever? Because, like, if he's not sexually attracted to a man, why would you think that he was going to be gay? Because it's going to confuse him. Like, you don't think that he sees that I think, again, it's all communication. Like, how do you communicate? I have to have these conversations with my 7-year-old because there's two men on TV kissing. How do you even have that conversation? Well, I say, well, that's what they like. Like, I mean, how do you explain it? I don't know. There's no scientific, like, I can't sit there and break it down to a 7-year-old. Like, like, some people, like, they're same people. So I told them, the same people, this is how that conversation went. I said, Ma, why are there two men kissing on TV? And I said, woo, I know we're going to have that conversation this soon, but I'm okay. So I said, look, whether you're a man or a woman, you as a person, some people like the same people, some people like the opposite people, but whatever you like is your choice. As long as you respect them and you love them, then whatever. because it can be your sexual orientation, it can go down to culturally, it can go down to simple shit of the color of your skin. You know what I'm saying? So it can be like, who cares? Like I told them, like he might be a like you sitting there telling me that it's a problem if you see a short man that's like a midget with a gigantic 6-7 foot woman. No, that's their issue. That's their problem. Why do you even have an opinion on it? If two men want to love and be together, then go do you. Two women want to do it, then go do y'all. You know what cracks me up though, and I know this is gonna be so inappropriate. Don't kill me, y'all. But it's like when this just makes me laugh. So I seen it on social media. Should I even say it? Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. So when I see like a woman that transitions to being a male, right? She I'm not correct that she identifies as male. So she looked like a man, right? So she's a stud? Or like, no, whatever. Okay, let's just say she's a stud. But then there's a male that transitions to being a woman. So what do you call them? Transvestite, right? But they still have their original organs, and then they fall in love. That makes me laugh. I don't know. Maybe it's just man being stupid. Maybe it's the tiredness. Whatever the fuck. I think that's funny because I'm just like, so y'all are still male and female, but just opposite male and female, but still male and female. I don't know. Whatever. Y'all are gonna regret listening to me tomorrow. But no. So that's how that conversation went. He was just like, well, that's weird. And I said, yeah, it is. It is weird. Because you know what? You have to agree to it. It is weird. Is it common? No, it's not common. Is it becoming more common? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I honestly don't pay attention to it. I feel like love who you want to love. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. That plain and simple. That's it. If you like women, you like them. If you like men, you like them. If you like both, you like them. Like I don't give a fuck. The only thing that I have a problem with is when people want to play with people's emotions. Like if you purposely, like now we're gonna go back to dating real quick. So like if you're dating and you know as a male or a female that you are unemotionally or no emotionally unavailable, then why are you dating? Don't you think that's unfair to the person that you're wasting their time? And you know what I hate? I hate when motherfuckers be like, "Oh, I just can't find whatever the fuck," and then it's like, so then I start trying to break them down, like, so like, "Oh, you can't find this kind of girl, or you can't find that kind of girl, or you can't whatever," and then it's just like I get this a lot with this whole masculine and submissive bullshit. Like, do you think the majority of masculine women want to be masculine? No, stupid. We don't. But we had to take up that role to fill in. Like we're fillers, right? As women, I feel like we're fillers. You need a chef? Got you. You need a coach? I got you. You need this? Boom. There's certain things I can and cannot do, right? But like we try to be little fillers. But trust you me, if a man comes around and says, "Oh, babe, I got this. I'm gonna coach the team." You think I'm gonna be like, "No, I want to coach. Back up. This is my." Hell no. Go ahead, baby. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be over here making sandwiches and shit. You want some tea, beer, whatever the fuck? Go ahead. Like I don't want that shit. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy coaching, but if a man comes around me and says, "Oh, babe, I'm gonna coach this year," I'll be like, "I love you." But like again, you know what I'm saying? Like I hate that shit. Like, oh, women don't know. I've heard this a lot lately. Oh, women don't know how to be feminine. What? Like the only women that don't know how to be feminine for the majority of the part are their studs. And they even still bring some femininity because them bitches still be looking beautiful even though they're dressed like men. Okay? But I think a woman for the most part, we want to be feminine. If she's not feminine around you, that means that you just don't have enough masculinity to match your shit. And you need to go find you a weak ass bitch. Okay. So, on that note, I'm gonna bring up my shows that I'm gonna be on. Don't kill me, y'all. I just, it's conversation. Ugh. So if you guys have been following my social medias, I am going to be on the Mom Got Jokes with who's hosted by Anna Benaval, by Mikey O, the Mikey O show, August 10th. Um, shit, that's like 5 weeks away. Man, I gotta like trim up a little bit. Not trim up like I got a beard or anything, but like I gotta quit drinking these shits. This is not that bad. Strawberry hibiscus. But if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, please don't wait to the last minute. I ain't got no extra. I ain't got no extra. I don't know who's been promoting the shits. I know I've been promoting to invite my people to come. So that's August 10th. Doors open at 6. Showtime is at 7 American time. I know I think they put it on the flyer that there's going to be no late seating. So please, mi gente, if you got to call off an hour early from work, take your clothes with you to work. Show up in your fucking work clothes. Who gives a fuck? It's a Thursday. Just don't come stinky because I will talk about you. Um, and it'll probably be over around 9ish, 10, something like that. Now if you can't make that show, then there is gonna be another one produced by B-Side Studios called the 606 Mania 4, and that's gonna be August 25th at 8 o'clock. I think the doors open at like 7:30. And that's at the Den Theater up north too. Now you can go, and the tickets are out for that too. Okay, again, I ain't got no tickets for y'all. So like, if you ain't buying it, I ain't got you, and I mean that with love. But you can go on to the dentheater.com and purchase those tickets too. Hopefully y'all can. If you don't make both, look. Do I expect y'all to make both? Yeah, I do. Fuck y'all. But if you can't, then I mean, if you can show up to one of them, I appreciate y'all. I might even give you a hug. I might be a little peoply that day. And y'all want to come out. Y'all gonna have to come out. Y'all got to hear the story about my crooked titty. I mean, how can you not want to hear the story about my crooked titty? Hello. I've added more to my story. I can't wait. Honestly, I don't know. The only thing that make me a little nervous about them shows is being nervous. I can talk like this. You put me in front of a bar, I can talk doing that shit. You put me in like with the spotlight and shit, I'd be like, so I don't know. My customer today was like, maybe you should have hold like a comb in your hand to make it feel like you working or some shit, and then you be like, you be alright. I'm like, so if y'all see me on stage with a comb in my hand or a brush in my hand, don't judge me. It's my, maybe I hold the mic that looks like a brush, or maybe I can put a cover on the mic that's gonna make it look like a brush, so making me feel like I'm working, so that I can be talking and doing my thing. I don't know. That's not a bad idea. Maybe. All right. I think I took up enough of your time. Hopefully, y'all are tuning in. It's been raining and hella ugly outside today, so y'all had some time for me. I appreciate that. If y'all can go ahead and share this awesomeness and craziness with your people, I appreciate it. The next show is going to be July 19th. And I'm working on something for that show. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm working on something though. Just eat chocolate. Not before the show. I wanted to take the next day off, that Friday, but I couldn't. That Thursday show is gonna freaking kill me. Y'all, I'll let y'all that know now. I'm not doing no shots. I'm not drinking heavy because I got to be back at work that Friday morning at 9 a.m. I don't think I don't will the kids be back in school. I don't even know if my kids will be back in school. But even away from that, like I gotta be back at work at 9 in the morning that Friday because my Fridays, all my Fridays, every Friday I'm booked up 9:30, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Like I have ladies that come every Friday, every single week. They're done. That's it. It's whatever. I can't. I wonder if I can change them to Thursday so then I can have Friday off. Ooh, See how we talk and then you just come up with ideas. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, if you guys can tune in, catch me next in 2 weeks, July 19th. Make sure you purchase them tickets. Make sure you give B-side a follow. Share Sippin and Trippin with your people. We trying to like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to sell these motherfuckers out. Okay. So you never know. I might have y'all all wear fucking red shirts or some shit. So I know that's my people. If I can get half that audience with like a shirt of mine or some shit, maybe I'll sell y'all. Maybe I'll send y'all some Crooked Titties t-shirts. Y'all part of my Crooked Titty committee. We'll see. But anyways, thank y'all for giving me your time tonight. Hopefully it stops raining. Y'all don't get flooded. But I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm out.